That client does not deserve to have to wait. We need to embrace the idea that this should be a narrative of the call and move on and move forward. I think it's very, very critical that we talk a little bit about how to be a champion of your activities. Documentation in this industry is unbelievably critical, and yet we still consistently find that agents are documenting for themselves, not for the client or the agency. And you might be saying, Kelly, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is that they're using it as their own personal journal and sort of using their memory, their email, all these other things to serve the client. That's not what we want to do. We instead want to make sure that everything is in the system so that if somebody's at lunch, on vacation, they win the lottery, they leave, that client goes to somebody else, we get somebody that's a claims specialist, whatever's going on, anyone in that agency should be able to pick up and understand that account. And documentation has been something that we've been cutting corners on for just too long. In order to give wow customer service, which is our goal, we have to document the files so that anybody could step in and step out. And we find that notepads are a huge crutch to lack of documentation, which is why at our agency efficiency training, we make people break up with notepads, and we touch upon it in our customer service training too. But I want you to be thinking about the idea that in order to be a great team member and to give wow customer service, that client does not deserve to have to wait because your notes are not accurate. Notes in the system should be real time. We should avoid abbreviations that people don't understand. We also need to make sure that they're not a tweet too small and they're not a novel too much. We need to embrace the idea that this should be a narrative of the call and move on and move forward. In our wow customer service training and time management, we also talk about first call resolution, which includes in our version documenting that call while on phone. So if you call your credit card company at the end, you may hear, while I have you, I'm just going to recap what happened today. And they're typing their note so that they can hit save. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, they can take the next phone call and go back to what they were doing. But in insurance, we like to write it down on notepad paper. Can't read our handwriting. It gets in hours later. That is not the wow customer service that we're looking to provide. For agencies out there, documentation may be costing you a lot of time, a lot of service friction. We need to embrace the idea of real-time documentation as much as possible. That's our strategy for you today.